Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Challenge Accepted, my little series that I do with my good buddy Shannon and I, otherwise known as She's Crafty. And as you know, this month we're playing along with Scraptember, the wonderful event that has a prompt for every day, sponsored by ScrappySistersOz, who did this amazing sketch. On YouTube, they're known as Scrappy Sisters, and on Instagram, they're ScrappySistersOz, all together. And they co-sponsor it with Laura Alberts of Laura Alberts Crafts, and this year they've got Christy of Christy's Beautiful Life, Christy Harriman. And so this is the sketch. Looks like it has multiple frames. I'm gonna just use one and maybe simulate a frame with some washi tape. We'll see how that works out. A photo, a cluster here, and then there's a side cluster there and some splatters. And I think I'm gonna do my splatters in black, although white would probably also work. I like the black accent with the bright colors. So I'm using some goodies from Paige Evans' latest collection, which is Garden Shop. And I've got the sticker book, and I've got the big puffy sticker, and I've got these letters just in case that doesn't pan out. And I've got my clusters built by fussy cutting from the sunflower paper. And my photo is of Bob the lizard. And the story behind that is a million years ago when we lived in our last home, a lizard, a chameleon, got inside the house and was up on a picture frame, had gotten on a wall and was up on a picture frame. And the wall behind him was a bright, bright yellow, kind of this bright sunflower yellow. And his green was the most amazing, beautiful lime green, kind of like this. And he was just gorgeous. And John said, "Hey, come look, we've got a visitor. Our friend Bob dropped by." So we started calling every chameleon that we saw after that Bob. And so my title, I think, is going to be Hello, Bob. Every time we sat out on the little patio, we live in a different place now in the basement of our son's home, and we have a side exit or entrance door, or exit as as the case may be. And every time we'd sit out there to read or have a glass of wine in the evening or whatever, we would always get a visit from Bob. We called it Bob's cousin Bob, who would drop by to visit us. And lately in the house, I've been kind of cold. And the reason for that is when you live in the basement, you have to have your air conditioning running really to kind of keep the air dry. And it acts as a little bit of a dehumidifier. But even with the air conditioner off, the temperature is perfect. It stays down around 71 or 72 degrees, which is a little bit south of where I like it. I kind of like it around 74. And so I have to leave the air conditioning on, so I layer up and wear socks all the time and stuff like that. And every once in a while, it just gets so cold, I have to go sit outside in the 85-degree heat. So I did that a few days ago, just sitting out there reading a book, and Bob came by. And he jumped from this, which is a gutter that is a downspout gutter that goes under the patio and bleeds out into the backyard. And it comes from the roof, so he was kind of up high on it. And this is a photo of him going back up. But when he came down, he jumped right here, and he stood there and just looked at me. And so I took a photo of him. I kind of got a good shot with my phone, and then on his way back up, I got a shot. Now, I have filtered these. This is black, and I like this one filter called Lights, I think it is, or maybe it's Romantic in the Prisma app. Turns blacks kind of to a purple. So I kind of liked that. And this is a white gutter, and this is kind of beige, taupe colored stucco, and it changed it to kind of a purple and pink. So I'm going to go with those colors, even though the papers I'm using have only green and yellow and white. So I've cut this textured cardstock. It's got the little dots on it. I've cut that down to, I want to say 10.5 by 10.5, so that I had a nice 3/4 inch frame around it, because I like how that looks. I wanted a lot of the daisies to show. To me, daisies are just reverse sunflowers. And I'm going to put this right here off to the right. And my upper cluster is going to go like this. And there's going to be a flare that has some purple in it right under there. So let me get this. I've got this raised up on 2 layers of foam. And I'm going to go like, let's see, how do I really want that? I think I want it like that. I have to be careful that neither the flare nor the sunflowers covers up Bob's cute little face. So I'm going to put it right here, and I want both those purple dots to show because they really coordinate nicely with, you have to coordinate your flare with your gutters, right? Isn't that what everybody does? And then I've got this little kind of purplish heart. Not quite sure where I'm going to put it, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. This cluster down over in the opposite corner is going to go kind of like this, and it can go closer in on the photo because Bob's out of that range. And I'm going to let the pinks show here because that coordinates with the color of the stucco. And so in addition to coordinating the color of your flare with your stucco, you can also coordinate it with your, gutter. You can coordinate it with your stucco. So I'm thinking it all works. And this, I just thought would be kind of midway, but towards the upper end of midway, so that this can show, and there I'm gonna kind of let the orange and see, I think that would make a cute little cluster there. But in the original, there's a little banner in each one. So I thought I'd try to find a word strip that went. And depending on what word strip I pick, that may tell me where I want this flare to be. This one, the word strip's gonna go out this way and out this way. So it's not as important. So let's find the word strip. I really like these, and I kind of like the Hearth and Home because it's to me, it's a happy thing that the little guy comes out not afraid of humans and happy to come out and join. Gets really, really close to where I'm sitting usually. Sometimes jumps right up on the arm of the chair I'm sitting in. But I kind of think I like this happiness here, and it's in a banner form. I wish there was one I could find. Maybe I ought to just try to make one that says missing you, because there is someone missing in this whole scenario, and that's John, because he really loved sitting out there. He loved our little home that we'd made, and he liked inviting little critters into it. There is, in addition to Bob the lizard, there is Bob the chipmunk out there. Let's see if that can overlap. There. And it does. And then I've got this guy, which could kind of overlap the flower, or might work down here, or just kind of right in that little area there. And I'm not going to put the hearts on until I've done the splatters. Okay, so I've got everything nailed down there. Let's get, I like this one that says friend, and I'm going to put it here. I love the pink gold foiled printing on there. And here, maybe I want to put it coming out that way. And there's where I'm going to put Hearth and Home. It's silly, but I know what it means, and I know why it feels that way. Okay, so there. Now, the next thing I need to figure out is, do I want to do a frame? And I'll show you what I did. I tried out the washi tapes that came with the Garden Shop collection, and it's these. And the only ones that were narrow enough were these three. So I tried them on the green cardstock, and I don't like any of them enough to use them. So I put that aside, and I pulled out my narrow washi. I have this narrow white that might be nice, especially since I have so much white in the photos and the white daisies in the outer frame. But like I said, I think I want to go with black, I think. And instead of just a solid black, I kind of like this stripe. So let's see, I haven't tried this on there, but let's see how that works. Just gonna and I'm going to come over here and just cut that flush. I kind of like that look, and I think when I take it all around, it's going to work. think it's really going to look nice. Okay, let's see. That looks like about the same. Distance from the edge. Let's see. Looks like it's gotten a little closer to the edge here. And with the narrow washi tape, it's easy to okay, and I'm going to try with these. I'm going to try folding it back under. I don't know how well that's going to work, but it might be easier than tearing and then cutting. I love these narrow washi tapes. I used them a lot when I was a card maker. Back in the olden days. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that look. And I think that the black, okay, so here's going to be an interesting situation. Let me see if I can lift that up. And I can, if I hurry. Okay, there. All right, now let's do the splatters. The first thing I want to do is cover the parts that I don't want splattered. And let me get this is my sketch. I'm going to kind of do this. And then I'm going to come over here and do a few down there. And now I'm going to come up here and just do a few there. And I'll do some here. Just enough to kind of give it some interest. And I'm smudged one right there. So now I'm going to go back and do the hearts. And I think I'm going to do this one right here. Not tucked under there at all. And here, I'll do this one down here, also not tucked under. And what has happened here, I've got a little glue that got right in between there. So it eventually would dry okay there. And this one I'm going to put right here. And I had thought about some sequins, but I think I'm going to leave it kind of simple like this. A little bit of black ink on that white heart, and getting that off, I squeezed some glue out, which I do not want. Okay. And I thought I might look through the book and see if I can find some appropriate tiny stickers to add to the scenario. And there's like a little hummingbird here that's very cute. And I thought it could go somewhere maybe right here. That's cute. It's so cute. And there's a chicken that is apropos of nothing, but it's cute as heck. But even cuter is this blue flower pot. And I have potted herbs and flowers out on the patio, not pictured, because I was just photographing the little guy. And this is kind of a blank area right there, an empty area. So I think I can do this and maybe get it on there straight. Okay, that seems to work. And then the other idea I had was, this is a potted plant on a stack of books. And since that's where I read, I thought the stack of books would be nice. So let's see if I can get it. I may, well, let's try it. I may need to put it on some white paper and then fussy cut around it, because the green may show through. It doesn't. I think it's going to be fine. And I just kind of want to hide it and tuck it under here. And line the books up with the happiness sign. Let's see if that, it's gotten kind of involved with the foam underneath. Well, it is, the washi tape is kind of showing underneath it. So let me see if I can peel it back up. I hadn't thought about the washi tape. The green part doesn't look so bad. But let's do this. I'm just going to stick it on this white paper. And I'll fussy cut, leaving a little white border around it. And this kind of brings a little bit of pink over to that side. This is a mask that I cut for a layout I did yesterday that will be live. Video will be live tomorrow for Mixed Media Mayhem. And it was just a piece of white paper I had handy. Okay, now let's try this again. All right, that's down there. Oh, let me get that up. All right, I wish I hadn't smeared that. I wonder if there's anything I could do. There's where sequins might come in handy, right? Maybe, well, I'd need a fairly large one there. Let's try, I'll pick out some green ones. And just scatter them fairly wide apart. Without having too many of them. Kind of maybe create a triangle of them here. Okay, and then I'll put one right there. And let's see, what kind of green do we want there? I'll do one of the clear green ones. And then I'll do one right here. And let's see, I'll do one of the pale green ones like that. Okay, so I fixed my smursh. And thank you very much for watching. I'm recording this ahead of time because I'm going to be out of town when this goes live. But I'll be back soon. My other washi tape that I considered was this lavender, just because I'm wanting to match up to that, but it really does not look good on green. Let me show you an example of that. Where's my test strip here? See, the little string of gold flowers, it actually isn't that bad. I like it better than either of these others because it's not quite so transparent or translucent, I guess that is. Well, I like the black. I think the black was the right choice. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Thursday for Challenge Accepted. Bye.